Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my channel. My name is Jamie and I am back in Belgium helping my friend rebuild his Triumph TR6. And if you have been following my channel previously, you might be aware that I've been over earlier this year to help my friend rebuild this Triumph TR6. It's good to be back in sunny Belgium. Well, not so sunny today actually. As you can see, it's cats and dogs today and all the leaves are brown. Anyway, let's do a little recap on this car. So this TR6 was actually owned by my friend's father, and it has remained untouched for something like 25 years. I believe it's sat outside for many years, and then it was in his garage and it was in a sorry state. So if you haven't seen the previous videos, I'll put a link down in the description. You can check them out. We basically earlier this year stripped the car down to every nut and bolt. Then it was sent to the blasters, and this is actually the first time I have seen the car back from the blasters. So let's have a bit of a walk around, shall we? So this TR6, as I said, is completely stripped, completely blasted. All the paint has been removed, and it reveals all the nasty bits, but surprisingly not as nasty as I was expecting. I think probably nearly every panel needs some attention, but it isn't as bad as we first thought before we started to strip. So if we start at the front of the car, you can see there's quite a lot of rust on this front panel in the corners, and then if we walk around the side, these inner wheel wells actually are pretty good. Even the kick panels down here are pretty solid. The seals, however, are, as we expected, pretty rotten, but you know, it's not that hard to change these. The A-pillars have some issues as well. The bonnet is quite good, but it does have quite a few dents and imperfections. And then if we move along to the rear of the car, the B-posts, they obviously need to be changed. They're quite rotten. But again, the rear inner wheel wells, surprisingly good. And the boot floor, I think, was really solid. There's a little bit back here, little bits and pieces that need attention. Now the roof panel, it's actually not that rotten, but somebody at some stage had stood on the roof to gain access to the loft area in the other garage, and it's quite badly damaged, but I think it can be saved pretty okay. If we look at the rear panel, again, you know, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. The boot lid, however, the edge here is pretty corroded, but overall the rest of it is pretty good. And moving around to the other side of the body, some repairs that need to be done here. Inner wheel well, okay, but at the top here, I think it's where the roof has been sitting on the top here, and water, dirt, etc. has got between the two panels and rotted away a little bit. Again here on the B pillar, and this side the seal is worse than the other side, but they're going to be replaced. And again here at the front, it's pretty rotten. There's some damage here on the bonnet where it's been dropped. Again, this inner wheel well, pretty good, surprisingly good. As you can see, the inner structure of the bonnet is pretty good. That just needs to be straightened out a little bit, nothing much. You can see a little bit of the original colour in there, which I think this is likely to go back to. But overall, this bonnet is surprisingly good. As you can see, the tops of the where the wings bolt on, they're a bit rotten, but pretty simple repairs. And inside here, this is where the battery sits. So obviously the battery's probably leaked, or water's got trapped, dirt and everything, and rotted through there. And again at the back there, not too bad. And again, this is pretty good, surprisingly good. Just pulled one of the doors out of the car, And this looks like it's actually had some dent damage here, because if I look on the inside, it doesn't look like it's actually had rust damage that's been filled. So I think that's probably a dent. This lower lip of the door needs some work, but again, I mean, surprisingly solid, I think, even these doors. We have all the other panels that are inside the car, the wings, etc. I think all the wings need some work. This is the left-hand door, has a bit of a dent there. Again, overall looks pretty solid. Let's check the other side. Wow, I mean, this one is really good compared to the other side. So that is a proper bonus, that is. Windscreen surround, super solid. You would expect there to be some rot at the base here, but no. Man, that's super. Really good. Moving on to the right rear wing. There's a little hole here, which I actually did when I was cutting off the rusted bolts. But this has no... And then on the other side, I mean, this lip is... These are normally rotted out, but again, super clean, super solid, no dents, a little bit of corrosion down there, but nothing too bad. And again, the rear wing from the other side, a little bit of a dent there, but nothing much. And really good condition. Really good condition. That's great. So let's take a look inside. This is fantastic. These inner seals look really good. I mean, there's some rot down in that corner, but will be pretty easy to get to once the outer seal is removed. But these floors don't need replacing. These floors are super solid. And again, this side, there's a little bit of rot down there on the B post bottom. Inner seal looks good. Floor looks good. Amazing. This is really cool. And then last but not least, the chassis. And I just had a quick look over, and there's really minimal repairs that need to be done to this as well. I think there was a little bit of rot here, but overall this is looking really good. It has a little bit of surface rust now because it's been sitting here for 8 months or so, but I mean, overall this is way better than I expected, which is just marvellous. It is quite funny when you look at these factory welds though, they even make my welding look good. But overall, I would say that this is super solid. I think there was something, maybe it's on the other side that needs to be repaired, but I think there was just a small patch on the other side. So there we have it, a little recap on the project. Like I said, if you haven't seen the previous videos that I posted about 8 months ago where we tore this thing apart, go and check them out. I'll put a link in the description below. Either next week or the week after, me and Ollie are going to be taking a trip to England because we have ordered all the replacement panels for this. So we're going to take the van over there and pick everything up. And over the next couple of months, I'm going to be posting update videos of doing all the bodywork on this. I think I'm going to start with the chassis, and then I'll put the chassis up onto the lift. We'll put the body on top, because the body actually has shims for the door alignments and panel alignments, etc. So I think I'll get the chassis underneath the body, get that all bolted down, and then I can start cutting off the seals and doing all the repairs, etc. So that will be the plan. Anyway, Thanks for watching. I hope you like the update. Really looking forward to getting stuck into this project again, and click the like button, please subscribe, and catch you in the next video. Cheers.